I want you to listen to something for me. That's the sound of a man in complete agony after 3 of his daughters had just been murdered and several other of his children were seriously wounded. He had called one of his friends who happened to be a news reporter, and that news reporter happened to be live on air. He put that call on speaker and played it for all of Israel to hear. Dr. Abuelaish was screaming for help. Someone come help me. Someone come send an ambulance, because he couldn't get through all the bombing and the shelling. And that reporter did help him. And he got to the hospital. But 3 of his children and his niece died almost instantly. Now this is not, the most unusual of stories until you learn the details. Some of them are going to sound familiar. Some of them are not. 2 days prior to Dr. Abuldaish's house being bombed, there was a tank situated outside his building. And he was freaking out. There was a war going on. This was in 2009. He called everyone he knew. He said, tell them who I am. I'm Dr. Abulaish. I work in Israel. I work in the hospitals. I'm not who they're looking for. And that tank left, only to return 2 days later and drop 2 bombs on Dr. Abuldaish's house. Now, they said in the beginning, we weren't there, that wasn't us, that it was the H group. Then they said, well, we saw suspicious figures in that building and they're storing weapons. That also wasn't true. The official story that they came out after their little investigation was that there was shooting coming from the building next door. But if you look at the images of this house, the building next door was never shot down, was never bombed. Just Dr. Abuldaish's 2nd floor apartment. Now, all of that is the familiar part. Here's the unfamiliar part. Dr. Abulaish was raised in a refugee camp, poor as fucking dirt. And he somehow beat the system and worked his way out of that and got himself educated. He even went to Harvard and he became an obstetrician. And he worked in Israeli hospitals, and he believed that healthcare was a way to make peace, to bridge the gap between the Palestinians and the Israelis.
I was fully believing that health can be a bridge for peace between Palestinians and Israelis. Within the borders of the hospital, all are equal. Why not to be outside equal? Why not? My children.
But obviously the Israelis did not feel that way, because no matter how peaceful you are, no matter how unaffiliated with the conflict you are, it doesn't matter because you're Palestinian. And just like today, the United States accepted the results of that investigation and just said, oops, I guess it was a big mistake. Sorry about that. Sorry that 3 of your daughters are fucking dead. No one faced charges, nothing happened. And the same shit happens today over and over and over again, even though the same shit was happening 15 years ago, 25, 35, 55, 75. I really, truly, 100% honestly believe that the United States wants to eradicate the Palestinians from the land of so-called Israel so that they have a straight shot to the oil and natural resources that land can provide and the money that that will make for them. Not you, not me, for them. Because this is the United States modus operandum. Take over a country, control them in some way, and then take their natural resources so the rich can get rich. Not you, not me, the rich. And then make us pay for it while they're at it with our tax dollars. I am so sick of this shit, but I will never stop fighting or talking about it or reading about it. And this right here was an excellent book. It's the story of Dr. Abulaish. I highly recommend it. And as always, free Palestine.